bummer. Alright, so Master of Disguise is the only choice here, and it comes down to two things. One, Cold Light Oracle is terrible. Two, Grim Patron is terrible. Those are the two main reasons. But I actually really like Master of Disguise. If you look at it, it's a 4-4 for 4, which is, you know, a little bit understated. A 4 health minion at the level 4 is a little bit rough because there are so many 4-3s for 3, and you don't want your opponent to trade a 3-drop into a 4-drop evenly. So that 4 health is a little bit more impactful, even though it's still 8 stat points like a Senjin or something like that. I'd rather the distribution be 3-5 than 4-4. 4-4 is kind of vulnerable. But it also means that it dies for free to a Yeti, so that's also a problem. But this effect is just so good. This effect is so good. And even if you're just playing it, it's not a bad minion to play, and not a bad effect to just have, but this effect could win you games. So we'll take it. I mean, the number of times that I've been able to do something sneaky like, you know, drop a Reckless Rocketeer, empty board, Reckless Rocketeer, go face, opponent develops a board, then I go Reckless Rocketeer face, Master of Disguise to stealth it, then the next turn, Reckless Rocketeer face again, 15 damage off the Reckless Rocketeer that usually only gets 5, enabled purely by board state being the way it was and Master of Disguise existing in my hand. So you just get weird lethals out of nowhere with it. I love it. It's a little bit risky, but honestly, that higher risk play that I've been doing, it's made the runs very volatile, but it's paying off a lot. Paying off a lot. I think Huge Toad is the better choice here. I like the Lost Hall Strider, but I like Huge Toad a little bit more. I like it as a 2-drop, too. I'm going to take Acolyte here. Other two aren't good. And card draw is always good. We'll take it. I've got no good way to activate this myself, though. I'm not a mage, but that's alright. Cavalier Raider is pretty good. It's a really good card. Usually you play it for 7, so it's a 6-6 for 7. That's the rough thing with Rogue, though, is once you've got an Inspire on the board, especially an Inspire like Cavalier Raider, you need to be hitting your hero ability every turn. And Rogue and Warlock are the two classes for whom that could actually be a liability. So you've got to be a little bit more careful about these Inspire picks. Cavalier Raider is, I think, strong enough that if you need to not use your weapon, you can, because it'll still be a 6-6. You're going to use your weapon once. But that being said, Shattered Sun Cleric is just a way better card, in my mind. The way Shattered Sun Cleric plays is just very, very pro-tempo. Acolyte of Pain is a great target. Hitting something and then giving it Master of Disguise is a great way to get lethal. I really like the Shattered Sun. We'll take it. Gotta go with the Assassinate. We'll get our hard removal right now. Ajuna, how you doing? Ew. Man, I gave the Reckless Rocketeer example, but there are plenty of wins I get through Stranglethorn Tiger, opponent can't kill it, I go face with it, then I drop Master of Disguise, then go face with it again. 10 mana over 2 turns for a 5-drop is pretty darn good. I guess, actually, it's over 3. 10 damage over 3 turns from a 5-mana card is pretty good. But Defias Ringleader is just too much better. We haven't picked up any of our Deadly Poisons or our Backstabs, those early light mana cards that'll let me combo Defias Ringleader out early. Because this is the tough thing about the Defias. You really want to get it out early. It's really only good if you get it out early, but it's acceptable if you get it out mid-range. Because, you know, playing a 4-drop and then the Defias Ringleader on turn 6 is okay. It's better than most other 2-drops you could get. Anyway, we'll take Defias. I kind of think of it, too, as a Murloc Tidehunter. Except it's a 2-1 and a 2-2 instead of a 2-1 and a 1-1. So your 1-1 is essentially getting upgraded to a 2-2 with the expense of you have to be able to combo it. I find framing it like that makes the card seem a little bit less exciting to me. Let's go with a sap, I think? Yeah. I wonder if I might like this card more if that's what it were. If Defias Ringleader were a 2-1, summon a 1-1, and if you combo it, it's instead a 2/2 that you summon. Exactly the same card, except makes it viable to play without the combo effect. Otherwise, it does kind of seem like a stronger but also limited Murloc Tidehunter, which is already not that exciting of a card. Alright, now we'll take the Cavaldier. The other two are not good enough. Liliander, how you doing? Ooh, can we afford a second sap? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not thrilled about either of the other two. I'd put either of them in a deck happily. If I didn't already have one sap, sap here would be no question. Defias seems like an above-average 2-drop that can't usually be played on 2, right? Unless, yeah, it's like coin it out on 1, and it's incredible. Any other turn, and it's fine. Rivercroc get the 2-drop. I don't know that I'm desperate enough for 2-drops yet to do that. I think if I were to pass up Sap, I'd probably go with the Elven Archer. Get the additional ping ability. Yeah, having the 1 Sap already makes it harder. I think the Elven Archer is the better pick here. I also like putting 1 mana cards in a rogue, because now I could use this to activate Defias on 3. You know, imagine the situation where I knife up on 2, and then my opponent plays like a, you know, a 2/2, or even a 2/1, and I Elven Archer into Defias Ringleader. Pretty sweet. I'll take it. I'll take the Lights Champion, honestly. Over the Wailing Soul. Yeah. I might change my mind, depending on the tech I run into. Hey, Mac, how you doing? Okay. Chance at Sap again. I can't believe how many Saps I'm seeing. But doing very well, Mac. I know, really, Haley, the Saps are loving me. Would I take a third one if I had taken the second one? I don't know. There are certain cards that have this sort of weird effect of 1 is good, 2 is usually unnecessary, 3 would be, like, starting to hurt yourself. Then it starts turning around again at, like, 5, where it's like, if you've got enough saps, theoretically you just win by virtue of the fact that you put down 1 minion, and then you never let your opponent develop anything. Because they'll put down the Ogre, you'll sap it, they'll be like, alright, well, the Ogre is still the right play again, you'll sap it again, they'll be like, okay, well, they don't have 3 saps, so now it's time to play the Ogre again, then you'll sap it again. And by that time, even a Spider Tank will have done 12 damage. I think I'm favoring Tomb Spider a little bit more than Tomb Pillager right now. They're both very close. I think Tomb Pillager would be better if I was thinking that I needed more damage, or if I thought I needed the coin in order to activate combos. Tomb Spider would be better if I'm a little bit more worried about card draw. I tend to draft my rogues pretty fast, so I tend to be a little bit more worried about card draw. So I'm thinking Tomb Spider is where I'm going to go. Sadly, there are no real beasts that I'm excited about as a rogue. I've got no class beasts that I want to see, so I'm not as excited for Tomb Spider as I would be if I were, say, a druid or a hunter. Or even a warrior, because they've got that monkey. But I think Tomb Spider is the way to go. We'll take it. And yeah, you're exactly right, Grim Reaper. It could get me out of situations. It's one of those, like, I have nothing good to play here. Let's play the Tomb Spider, and we'll basically have another chance at drafting the card that we need for this situation. I love it. Venture Co., I think, is the only choice here. Huh. I'm going to choose Direwolf over Novice Engineer. Simcopter made a good argument in favor of Novice Engineer, and I think its value has actually gone up since Classic. It's one of the few Classic cards that wasn't necessarily good in a Classic meta, but has gotten better with the lack of cards that do something like the Novice Engineer. That being said, I still think Direwolf Alpha is better, because this effect is just really helpful. Really helpful. So I love the suggestions, guys. Thank you for them. It would also be super cool if you want to give some of your reasoning for why. If, for instance, I'm just looking for a general, opinion poll on what the right choice is, it's interesting to look over and see, 25 people have said one particular card. But, if you're just saying the name of the card, it really doesn't It doesn't do anything to sway me one way or the other. It's just the name of a card. Even something as simple as, Explosive Sheep because you really need 2-drops or something like that would be nice. That feel when Novice Engineer used to be a staple in every deck? Yeah, back when it was a 1-2. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, Grim Reaper. I think we draft at a pretty tempered rate. Reckless for Reach is a good thought. That is what I'm thinking. The thing with the Sentinel is we've just got too many 5s at this point. I think Reckless Rocketeer is the only way to go. Sheep might not be bad if you have Backstab. That's a good thing. And we do have Elven Archer to activate it as well. I would like the AoE, but I don't think Explosive Sheep is a reliable enough way to do it. So I'm going to do Rocketeer here. I think Sentinel is a better card than Rocketeer, but I just don't have room for a 5, and I do have room for Reach. But I like the idea for Reach. The harder the picks that bring up the discussion takes a bit. That's true, yeah. And that's another good point, too, Spiffly. There are some picks that are definitely more obvious than others. For sure. Skip Sentinel, you aren't a mage or a paladin that can really take advantage of his buffs. Sheep is also bad. I'd probably go Rocketeer. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. The only time I think I, as a rogue, could really take advantage of his buffs is if I get something down like a Fen Creeper and my opponent doesn't have hard removal. Then I could buff up the Fen Creeper. And then I have this huge taunt from which to just control the board. I love Betrayal, but I think Goblin Autobarber is a better pick. I mean, the AoE here is so important, and I keep passing it up, but Goblin Autobarber is just too powerful of a card, and we still need 2s. And this gives me a little bit of removal, too. Betrayal is tough, because your opponent has to kind of play into it for it to work. And there really kind of usually needs to be 3 things on the board for you to get the most value out of it, and then you need to be able to kill the middle one, too. It's the situations where it's helpful, it's really helpful, and I would take it in a heartbeat, if not for a card like Autobarber. But I think Autobarber is too hard to pass up. Rena Kitty, that's awesome! Christmas night at 4:54. What a wonderful holiday that was, then. Oh, she will hate it when she's older, though. The excuse of, here, this is for your birthday and Christmas. Oh, isn't that convenient? Deadly Poison the right pick here? I think so. Anti-Keelbot's super good in Rogue, but we can't pass up a Deadly Poison. I'd like to see some Eviscerates. Pit Snake? No question. No question. Shady Dealer is going to be the pick, even though I've got no pirates to go along with it. Defias Ringleader really ought to be a pirate. I mean, I guess he isn't. He's in, like, a street gang, but it's basically the same thing. Take Shady Dealer. Ooh, second assassinate or a fairy dragon? I'm gonna go with second assassinate. No, I'm not. Am I? Your son has the 27th as his? Yeah, it happens, Shroom Girl, right? I was born on Valentine's Day, so the only time I get screwed is by people I'm in a relationship with. Though, interesting fact about me, I've only 1 year in my life been in a relationship on my birthday, which is Valentine's Day. So technically, I've also only been in a relationship 1 out of the 30 Valentine's Days that I've experienced, including ones where I was like 0, 1, or 2, or 3. Like, those ought not to count, I suppose, but it's perfect. You know, being born on Valentine's Day is awesome in the way that being born on Christmas or something like that isn't. I get to force people who are in relationships to pay attention to me that day. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. What are you gonna do? I love it. Take the fairy dragon? Yeah. Don't think control rogue works. I think that's a fair point. Maybe assassinate if I had some kind of late game to go into, but assassinate's just going to keep me alive at the end, and then what am I doing? I'm assassinating their big drop and then dropping a 2. Then they drop another big drop, then what? We'll take, oh, I almost clicked on Gorilla Bot. We'll take Fairy Dragon. Jouster. I hate you. Gnomish Experimenter is just not good enough, though. My sound is a little bit loud. Take Dragonkin here. Oh, Harvest Golem. Harvest Golem, Harvest Golem, Harvest Golem. Ooh, alright. How are we on 2s? Not terrible. Could take a Direwolf. Could take a Frost Elemental. I like Frost Elemental more, I think. Do I have room for another 6, though? Reckless Racketeer, not really a 6. I have, like, no 4s. Deck's gonna get too heavy with Frost Elemental. Now that's just batty. Sorry. Jester because it sucks. I like it. You were born on your birthday? See, that's the worst part too, Soko. Then people are always like, here, this present is for your birthday and for your birthday. And you're like, oh, come on. Cheating. Frost Ellie is good to push the last damage. Yeah, but I've also got Sap for that purpose. Need the freeze tech? But having 2 Direwolf Alphas and a Shattered Sun Cleric is going to let me squeeze every last bit of value off of every card. 2 Direwolf Alphas means, and a Shattered Sun Cleric, means I'm going to be trading up a lot. And that's kind of what I need to do. What card are we on? 22. If I take the Frost, I'm going to be precluded from taking pretty much anything bigger than 5 for the rest of the draft. Unless it's a Kraken. Alright. Ugh, I really want another 2, but Pit Snake is better. Yeah, Pit Snake. Well, this is an easy Sea Giant, I would say. Definitely an easy Sea Giant. If you get Direwolf on turn 2, it's sad. Yeah, I mean, it's not exciting to put down a 2/2 on 2. It's not terrible, though. Oh, Chosen. Thankfully, I can't crave M&Ms right now because I've just eaten too many M&Ms over the past week. So I'm just kind of M&M'd out. I'm actually kind of chocolated out. I was a little piggy one day when I went to the grocery store, and Like, I got some Twix, and then I saw M&Ms were on sale, so I was like, oh, I'll get some M&Ms. And then I walked past another aisle where Christmas M&Ms were on an even better sale, and I was like, well, I want the crispy ones too, and these are only the milk chocolate, but these are like $1 for a huge bag, so all right, I'll get those too. And so I had like 4 Twix bars, a huge bag of crispy M&Ms, and a huge bag of milk chocolate M&Ms, and I just kind of like, and now I'm done. Sea Giant's got to be the pick here. Easy, easy, easy. Sinjin, hello. 4 drops. Yes, please. Faceless Manipulator. I don't think so. I have to take it, though. Could take the South Sea Captain, and I do have Pirate Synergy. Sort of. I don't think I could take Faceless. Well, one of my 5s is an Assassinate. Maybe I can. No one likes your farmer humor? I didn't get it, Branding Iron. Is there something about, like... my mind went to, and I don't know if this is wrong, of, like, infidelity. So I wasn't sure if I got it. Realized chocolates are bad for your health a week ago. Not in moderation. Why do you not consider Spellslinger? I've got too many 6s. Too many 6s. This is a ogre with 2 less health, and even though the opponent's hero power might be good, it might also be bad. I mean, this could actively be bad. Like, what if my opponent is a warlock or something, and my health is getting low? Then I don't want that. Maybe I'll be facing a mage. Maybe I'll be facing a paladin, you know. But as a 6-drop, it's just too expensive. I wouldn't mind if it were like a... you know, a 3-mana 3/3 with that effect, or even a 3-mana 3/2 with that effect, I might consider it more deeply. But as a 6-mana card, it's just way too much to invest in a really vulnerable body with an effect that may or may not be good. Rogue Hero Power is one of the worst? I completely disagree with that. I would say Rogue Hero Power is one of the best. At least in the current meta, it's spectacular. Because the strength of the rogue hero power is that, you know, on that turn, just like Druid or just like Mage, on that turn you hit the hero power, you could deal 1 damage to a minion. Or to face, if you're so inclined. The disadvantage with Rogue is that you take damage while you do it, and you don't even get the armor that Druid gets. But the advantage is, the following turn, you have access to it again, without having to spend any mana. See you, Chosen. Have a good one. That being said, I mean, even if I were, you know, a warrior or something, I don't think I could consider Sideshow Spell Eater here, just because the deck is not conducive to another 6. It's really not conducive to another 5, either. Or to a mediocre 3. I just think I need to lighten the deck a little bit. I'm going to take the Captain. And, you know, if I end up with synergy with Shady Dealer, awesome. Might happen. I'm gonna take a Shiv here. I've already got an Acolyte of Pain, a little bit more removal, and some card cycle. That'd be good. Yeah, that's the thing, is late game, no hero power that I have is going to be making much of a difference. We'll take a huge Toad. Ooh, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's got to be the SI7 agent. It's really got to be an SI7 agent. 3/3 is vulnerable to a 3/2, but having a 3-drop on 3 is pretty important. It could be. I mean, a 2 and a 1 on 3 is often stronger than a 3 on 3. Even though it does take 2 cards, so you need a lot of draw to make it work. A 2 on 3 isn't terrible. But having enough 3s is good, because the great thing about 3s is that a 3 on 3 is really good tempo, and a 3 on 4 is usually okay. Because 3s are pretty solid. You know, I don't mind a Harvest Golem on 4. I'd rather have a 4, but Harvest Golem on 4 is fine. You know, better than a Fairy Dragon hero ability, probably. It's gotta be SI7. It's gotta be. Also, I've got a really good chance of comboing it. I've got 4 1 cards, even though I've got no Backstab, which is sad. Also, no Eviscerate, no Skulker. I'm missing a lot of really key rogue cards. But, you know, we've got an Assassinate, we've got a Sap, we've got a Deadly Poison. We'll have an SI7. This deck isn't too terrible. Hard to pass up that Sludge Belcher, but I think SI7 is the right pick. Harvest has that nice stickiness, exactly. Which is why, if it's one of those cards that I'm just going to have to put on the board, I don't really mind it. Alright, let's get this deck visible for you guys. There it is. And let's give it a try. Pilcher is so good, Namcraft. Man, I hate passing it up. Combo Defias Ringleader into Shadow Step and then play it again. It seems really good, right? But then you get down, what, a 2-2 and 2 2-1s. It's not bad, but all it might take is 1 card for your opponent to counter it. And you're essentially using a Shadow Step to develop a 2-2. No, a 2-1. Shadow Step in that case is a 2-1. Well, I do have the coin. I could coin out a 3 on 2. But I've got so many 2s, I should dig for a 2. Alright, well, I would say that worked swimmingly. I wish I had another 2. AGDQ run of Super Metroid got world record. The 2-player one? Alright, we'll get our kind of stupidly powerful rogue opening here. We were able to get coin Defias Ringleader on turn 1, which is a really, really good start. And sadly, I don't really have anything to follow it up, but... Always miss some essential class cards. No fireballs, sometimes no swipe, yeah. Okay, I don't have to knife. I could Elven Archer, but I think I'd rather knife. If I were a mage, I probably would have Elven Archered. But as a rogue, this is what I'm talking about the rogue strength early, is now next turn, I essentially have a free hero ability. I have to spend my health for it, but it's like, you know, rogue plays in many ways like Warlock. Warlock uses its health as a resource to help gain card advantage. Rogue uses its health as a resource to help gain tempo. And as long as you know that's what you're getting into... Alright, that's really good for me. Because now look what I get to do. I get to counter his hero ability by only spending 1 health point. Would I rather get the Harvest Golem or the Shattered Sun down now? Probably Harvest Golem. I think it's a little bit more surprising to do it the other way.
Here we go.
Ordinarily, I would have probably used the Defias Ringleader to make that bump. They killed the animals? Good. $52.01? Really? That's amazing. I wonder if that counts.
I wonder.
I would think that 2 players on 1 controller is a handicap, not a benefit, but... Alright, I can kill this without losing anything. I could also use the Direwolf Alpha and willingly lose something if I want a knife. I don't. I think Shattered Sun is the way to go here. So we Shattered Sun this, go bump, bump. We've got 1 mana left to just admire? Or do we want to Elven Archer? If I had a knife equipped, I might be up for the Direwolf Alpha Elven Archer play, but since I don't, let's do the Shattered Sun Cleric play.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
You're looking at me.
I think I have the ability to be really intimidating with a board like this now. I'm a little bit afraid of Consecration, but that's always going to be the case. If you're playing a low-health, fast deck, Consecration is always going to stop you in your tracks.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
That's fine. Probably take out the Shattered Sun. But I hope you're having a good one, Dr. Devil. Okay. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
Now, if my clicks per minute were fast enough, I could play the Elven Archer, target the 2-1, and then during the brief window of time that the Sea Giant costs 4, play it. I don't think I can do that, though, much as I'd like to try. So, I think I'm going to have to sack the 2-1 and then use the 3-2 to kill this, because I need to get this Sea Giant down. This is huge. I'm a little bit even riskier now in case of Consecration, but if he doesn't have a follow the rules or a keeper or something like that, this is just too good for me. My other play would have been Elven Archer, Direwolf Alpha, Knife, and I could have also cleared the board that way and kept everything alive and developed even more and gone for Sea Giant next turn. But then if there's a Consecration, then I can't play Sea Giant. I just need to get Sea Giant. Yeah. That's okay. I think that works out perfectly fine for me. I'd really like to knife here, but it feels like a waste. If X and Y, how you doing? But yeah, that's exactly what it was, Grim Starfish. I mean, the only way that bump makes sense is if he's planning to set up a Consecration, and it's just asking for trouble. Tempting as the Elven Archer, Knife, Direwolf Alpha play would have been, Consecration would have wrecked me. So that Sea Giant existing in that spot was amazing. Because now this 8-6 is going to be really hard to answer, and I'm going to make sure the board stays clear by sapping it. No. So even though I'm a little bit tempted to do something like Reckless Rocketeer face, I just know keeping this alive will be fine. So I'll knife, I'll stab this, I'll put down something as light as a 4-3, because this 8-6 alone is going to probably win the game for me. And we're set up for lethal next turn. Now I can silence his Illiton. Thank goodness I have some anti-Warlock tech in here. Raptors, I didn't notice you're. Hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hope your day is treating you well. Oh man, that was like 4 minutes ago. Oh, I'm so sorry, Raptors. Hope you're having a good one.
The shadow engulfs us.
I think the problem was you said, hey, Bran, instead of Brian, so it didn't highlight for me, and I just read completely over it. But that's my fault. Sorry about that. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Some for you.
Yeah, that's the problem with Noble Sack if you're going to give me another card. Oh, well. Would it have been cooler to do that with the Direwolf Alpha and the Elven Archer? It would have been exact lethal. More plays, though. I don't know what's more elegant. Oh, whoops, I forgot to update my current run. I don't know what's more elegant. Exact lethal or the minimum number of cards? Hard to know. 1 and 0. GG. Rocketeer OP. It's pretty good. Could have Barber and Elven Archer. Yeah, could have done that too. Usually my thought process is what cards are least damaging to me for my opponent to know that I have if I face them again. It's very rarely relevant, but it is occasionally relevant. I wish I had the coin for this hand. I'm going to keep the Acolyte, I think, and that's it. Did I just see all of my 3-drops? Most of them.
Job's done.
Oh, my neck is killing me right now for some reason. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in huge trouble. Why Acolyte? I was hoping either that I would draw enough 2s that the card draw would be helpful, or that my opponent would be significantly slow enough that card draw would be helpful. It was basically a mulligan to ensure that if I start ahead, I stay way ahead, risking that if I start behind, I stay way behind. Sadly, that's kind of what happened. But thankfully, I'm gonna somewhat get the board back by developing a 1-3. Man, this draw really sucked. Honestly, it did. I pretty much have all of my unstable cards.
Let the pain speak to me.
Here we go.
I'll knife it. Why would you say this mage is bad? Oh, did you just not care for that turn? Yeah, probably should have just gone more aggressive. But I mean, it almost probably doesn't matter what this mage does as long as no significant misplays. Because I'm just too far behind right from the beginning. Played a 4-on-4 to my 3-on-4. Had a play for turn 1 and turn 2 and turn 3 and turn 4. I had a play for turn 3 on turn 4. So I'm desperately behind. We're gonna try to win somehow. I don't know how. Jouster's gonna have to win. I just can't believe the draws that I had. Oh my goodness! Oh, I've drawn 1-2 this entire game and 0 1s. Which means even if I survive through this, I'm still going to be dealing with the fact that my opponent is going to be probably drawing her 6s and 7s when I'm drawing my pit snakes and my shivs. So many options. We got a Master Jouster here.
I am undefeated.
That's something I would like to draw, for instance. If I were to give an example. I'm in really bad shape. Ever played the old XCOMs? And if so, are you looking to XCOM 2? You know, I never did, but I'd like to. Because they're tactics RPGs, right? Strategy RPGs, SRPGs? Because I love that genre and just never played it. Portal, that's fine.
I hope you like my invention.
I feel like every time you play Venture Co. in Arena, you lose. And if your opponent plays one, you try to freeze it and leave it alive so they lose. Yeah, that is the scary thing about it, is that the 2 classes that could answer a answer a Venture Co. Mercenary really well, that being freeze in the case of Mage or follow the rules in the case of Paladin, are the most common classes to run into in Arena. And even if you don't run into them, every class still has access to Frost Elemental, still has access to Shielded, to Annoyatron, and even things like Sludge Belcher. Venture Co. could just straight up lose you the game. But if you're in a desperate situation, maybe it helps. And to be honest, we're kind of getting to that desperate situation point. I think Senjin is a good play here, though. I want to play Cavaldir and buff up, but...
Tadingo!
Here we go.
I was too desperate, so I can't play Kvaldir here. Need a lot of spells to make Venture Co work? Yeah. Or a Silence does it too. But it's a card that could get you a win in situations where your opponent can't answer it. It's a card like Fell Reaver. You know, it's a card you put on the board, and if your opponent can't answer it adequately, you win the game as the result. Good Argent Commander. Yeah, I just have nothing to counter this guy. Alright, gotta get Venture Co down now.
Here we go.
And we'll hope this ends up okay. We've got beef still left to go. This is not over. The only scary thing is, and we've still got health to play with. The only scary thing is that our opponent's got a lot of cards and is a mage. Fell Reaver is better in your opinion? No doubt. Yeah, I love Fell Reaver, and Venture Co is just so-so, but... You know, that wasn't the choice. It was Venture Co versus, like, 2 really bad cards.
The thrill of the hunt.
Vaporize? Is that Vaporize?
How you doing?
No. Duplicate? Effigy? Probably Effigy. What are the costs on these? 5 and 6. Alright.
Here we go.
Wait. Am I for sure going to assassinate? No, maybe I'm going to sap it.
Here we go.
Darn it. I was really hoping it was something else. Probably should have knifed up first before I deadly poisoned. I thought it was Effigy. Duplicate on that is probably okay, though. I think. I was only ever going to kill one of them, though. So that was going to go back into the hand regardless. I could have opted to kill the Hemet instead if I thought it was duplicate. Maybe I should have done that too in case of Effigy. I was saving the 2 health. Alright, I can assassinate that. I can assassinate this, but he can kill this. I know for a fact because he's got 2 Argent Commanders. Would go face, not kill it? Yeah, I probably should have. This is not a good board I find myself with. It's just gonna kill it. But then I have the Reckless Rocketeer. Okay. Alright. I do have a path to victory here. Let's hope it works.
Here we go.
So very, very, very possibly could kill me, because I know he could do 8 damage with 6 mana. But Rocketeer Knife will get me lethal next turn, assuming he uses Argent Commander, or she uses Argent Commander to kill the Venture Co.
I wonder.
Yeah, sadly it would be Rocketeer lethal if the Venture Co Mercenary effect weren't here. That's fine. Alright, splendid. Huh. I didn't expect this to work. I thought for sure my opponent had a fireball.
Here we go.
Reckless Rocketeer MVP yet again. That was a terrible Rocketeer impression. GG. Feel like Blizzard should either redesign Rogues and Shaman's hero power so they could benefit from Inspire. I don't think they need to. It's okay that Inspire works better in some classes than in others. It's frustrating that the classes it works better in are the classes that were already strong, and the classes it works poorly in were the classes that were already weak. That's a shame, but, that's the main problem I have with Inspire. Not that it's strong with some classes and weak in others, but that it's strong in the strong ones and weak in the weak ones. So it just made paladins and mages more dominant in Arena, and made warriors and priests less dominant. Oh well. 2-0! GG. Haven't played Arena in a while. What do you feel are the 2 to 3 strongest Arena classes? Depends on your style of play. Rogue, Mage, and Paladin would generally be presumed, I think, to be the 3 strongest. Druid had been up there for a while, but at least for me, it slipped a little bit. Shaman might be up there. But I would say Paladin, Mage, and Rogue are at least the most commonly thought to be the most powerful. For each individual player, it's going to be different, though, which is why keeping track of your stats is really helpful. Keep Harvest Golem, and that's it. Bendix, nice to see you. He had 2 Argents, could have pressured lethal, but I think I was pressured anyway, wasn't I? Ugh. I'm just not getting good starting hands. Almost as good as cards as Piloted Shredder. I don't much care for Piloted Shredder, and I love Reckless Rocketeer, so I might be biased on that front, but I do agree with you. Oh, man, this is terrible. My curve is not this heavy. Why am I getting these starting hands? At least I'm actually drawing 3s and 4s this time, though, and not only 5s and 6s.
Not on my watch.
Ugh. God, I hate Paladins so much. At least I can kill this for free. Well, knock the shield off for free. I always love a shielded mini-bot that over the course of 2 turns has already dealt 8 damage to me. I'm just gonna run out of health here. I'm desperately trying to hold on to the board to somebody who is a Paladin, so has it. Coin shielded minibot into Argent Protector is basically the board is mine opening. I probably should have played this first, but... I think I might need the taunt. I'll take Ironfur here. That's true, I do have Pit Snakes. I wonder when I'll draw my first one. Go for Sludge Belcher to be the best card in the game. Sludge Belcher is pretty darn good. I had one offered to me that I passed up for an SI7, which I've also never drawn. Pirate Synergy incoming. It's a possibility. I might actually wait until turn 6 to make sure that happens. Even though turn 6 might have to be a Frost Elemental. But I'm seeing Ironfur Grizzly Defias or Shattered Sun Cleric Defias as a very, very likely play. Especially if he makes these trades to protect the Worgen. Oh, he's not going to. Oh, really? Alright, what do I think? Play around Consecration or play into Consecration and maybe win the game if he doesn't have it? So many options. Because I could make this trade here and this trade here and have a 2-1 on the board. Or I could Shattered Sun, the Harvest Golem, make this trade, have a 3-1, a 2-1, and a 3-2, and then Defias. I'm dead to Consecration. I think I just need to make that choice and just be dead to Consecration.
We must cleanse the sun.
So let's hope it doesn't happen. Because sometimes you gotta make this play, right? If he's got a Consecration, he's gonna get a good board from me anyway. That's alright. Better than Consecration. Way, 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 way better than Consecration. But he knows I'm on the run, that I've got to start making the defensive plays. Thankfully, I've got a Senjin here. That's good. I wish I had a 2-drop. I don't. Don't need to Senjin yet. Maybe I wait. So let's bump here. Let's bump here. Actually, I could knife, huh? Bump here. Knife. Senjin. Alright, now we start taking this board back. Opponents only got, right now, 5 cards in hand. And I've still got 13 health. But this board is now mine, and I've got a decent chance of keeping it. Okay, now I've got a slightly less good chance of keeping it, but this is still fine.
Locked and loaded.
Still fine. Okay. Oh, shoot. Alright. The Senjin has to be dead. I can't let him draw any cards. So the Senjin is a dead card on the board right now. Until I need lethal or need a trade or something like that. I'm going to bump here. I'm going to iron for a Grizzly. I'm going to go face. South Sea Captain Pitsnake. Don't know for sure why I put Pitsnake in the middle. I guess mostly because I don't have any cards where it matters. Thank you. And then I'll pass. Consecration's still very bad. But I just don't have the luxury of being able to play around it.
Reporting for duty.
Pirate's Code. Nice. He's gonna bump? Well, could be. No. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Free Senjin so he can't draw cards so I don't accidentally attack with him. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Knife. 3. I don't want a knife here, though. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just not enough damage if I do it that way. If he had a buff, he would have used it. Maybe not.
Want a deal?
Scurvy dog.
Here we go. Push forward.
9 damage is still hard. Hey, Gemini. Oh. Oh. Is it over, though? But... Really? Does that save him? 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... No, that doesn't save him.
It's a deal.
I thought maybe that saved him. It doesn't save him. And here, enjoy your card.
Well played.
Enjoy your card. Woo! Paladins and mages going down today to this rogue. I love it. Total dominance! Nice. I totally forgot we were working toward this quest. 7 games in any mode, including this one that I like to call Arena. Other people call it Arena. 3-0! Good. Now I think we'll also get another quest to replace that one. I would like to get a Paladin victory in here as well. Let's hope we can do a Paladin or a Shaman run. We haven't done either in a really long time. I know the last Shaman was like 2 weeks ago. When was the last Paladin? Last Paladin was the 31st, and last Shaman was the 29th. Ugh, I'm anxious to do either. 3-0! GG. So much better than Partial Dominance. So much better. So much better. Partial Dominance is just embarrassing. Oh, Mushroom LG, how you doing? Ever listened to the Allman Brothers? Got a CD of them, and they're great. I've heard of them. I've never actually listened to them, though.
Watch your back. I always do.
Whether I'm coming or going, I always watch my back. You'll hate to see me leave, but you'll love to watch me go. I mean, none of them. Why am I not getting any 2-drops in any of my starting hands offered to me? Alright, I'm going to keep Shady Dealer this time instead of Acolyte of Pain. No, I'm not. Alright, there we go. Awkward turn 2, though. Three and O's. Fruit Bats breakfast cereal. I love them. Little Odie 3s and crispy O's. Part of a balanced breakfast that includes toast and milk and 3 pieces of fruit and a head of broccoli and some orange juice and a pancake, a rack of lamb. You get all of the nutrients you need in a day from just that. Alright, now for my favorite turn, face knife. This is the 4th game in a row where I've just knifed and passed on turn 2. Though, to be fair, in 2 of those games, I was able to coin Defias. But I'm seriously, like, no Fairy Dragon, no Auto Barber, neither of my huge toads. Never any of my pit snakes. I'm just not getting any of my starting cards. Hey, that's a good one.
You looking at me?
You looking at me, almond pie? And 23 tablespoons of salt. Not teaspoons, tablespoons. 3 pieces of fruit and a bat head. Ooh, part of a balanced breakfast if you're a bat. Yes. I'm sorry, the name of the channel Fruit Bats isn't because I call myself Fruit Bats, it's because this channel is only for Fruit Bats. I assumed you were all Fruit Bats. Was I mistaken?
Greetings from beyond the grave. Victory was...
You know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do things like that. Or like that. You even wanted to go face. I would have been happy to facilitate that for you. How do I have no cards to play? This just sucks. I mean, it's like every game I'm struggling with just crap cards. I've never drawn my SI7. I'm not sure I've ever had my Dragonkin Sorcerer. I've had my Tomb Spider once. I've had my Fairy Dragon once. I've had a Huge Toad once. I've had a Pit Snake once. Where's all of my early game cards? Why not kill the Ogre because I was hoping it would miss? I'm just hoping to get something here with my nothing worth of cards. Because look at these plays. Had the Dragonkin last game, did I? Oh, yeah, that's right, I did. You're absolutely right. Alright, well, thankfully my opponent also has some bad cards.
I am the dancing master.
We'll see, though. Knife immediately, or... okay. How much of the board do I lose? All of it? All of it. Oh, really? I think I would have killed that if I were you. Alright. A 3-mana 1-drop? Yeah, but if you're able to draw cards off of it, it could be really good. You say that now, but you're going to draw all 3 in a row? I know, I typically do. Confirmed M Fruit Bat. Thank you, Rapscallion. You're an octopus, Dr. Devil. Well, that's okay. Octopuses also eat fruit. They're also called octopuses. Frequently, people think they have a more elegant name than that, but nope, octopuses. You know what? Screw the rules. I have money. I'm going to sap this. I'm going to go face here. I'm going to play the huge toad. I'm going to play the goblin auto barber. I'm going to kill this thing. And I'm going to win the game next turn. That's what I'm going to do. He's going to waste his mana playing the Fen Creeper again, and then I'm going to assassinate it, and I'm going to win the game. I'm going to win the game next turn. I'll also draw the Reckless Rocketeer that I won't be able to play, because I'll have to assassinate. Unless he doesn't play the Fen Creeper, in which I'll draw it and win. No problem. Assassinate it. We've been through this. No! No! You're a sludgy. You're sludgy. You're sludgy.
Feed the fish.
Oh, you're getting sludgier. You're the sludgiest. You're the sludgiest. Well, if I had a 2-mana card, I could play it now. I don't. So, do I assassinate it? The sludgiest of belchers. I could go for the Master Jouster. I don't think I have any choice but to assassinate, though. Well, no. I could Shattered Sun Cleric. And if I could Shattered Sun Cleric and Sea Giant, I would do it, but I can't. I could assassinate and Shattered Sun Cleric, though. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
Bit of a choice to be made here, and it was made. Kill this. Alright, well, probably not gonna win next turn, but Cleric Knife, hope for the 50-50 RNG? Yeah, that was a possibility too. I just think it was too remote. If you joust, will his Anabars count for you? I don't think the Anabars are minions. So I don't know. Alright, well, great Frost Elemental target, I'd say. Oh, thank goodness. Picked up a card to play. So let's freeze this. We'll go a little bit of face. We'll Fairy Dragon. And let's plan to win next turn. I don't know if we're going to, but let's plan to. They're not minions? Okay, I'd have to see. Thankfully, we haven't drawn any. That's why Beneath the Grounds is... Notice this rogue was completely dominated me, then played Beneath the Grounds, and that turn, I started winning. I'm not saying Beneath the Grounds is a bad card. I am saying it just won me the game. That's probably not true. But maybe it did. But leave me alone. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, Frost Elemental is great. I never said Frost Elemental wasn't great. Frost Elemental is the card that if I had a choice, I would put one of in every single arena deck I ever do. Frost Elemental is one of the best cards in the game, in my opinion, and dramatically undervalued. The difficulty with it is that it costs 6. It's a 5/5 for 6, which is a rough stat line, unless you know you could make advantage of the freeze. And when you've got things like Kraken that hit the board, you could definitely make use of it. GG, guys! 4-0. I think... Have you ever, like, I think my pointer finger on my left hand is, like, I jammed it or something. So I keep, like, obsessively trying to pop the knuckle because it feels uncomfortable to me. And I think that's just inflaming it more, and I need to just leave it alone, but I can't stop. I need to put, like, a brace on it so I remember. But thank you so much, Mr. Grunge. Happy Tuesday to you, and nice to see you. Yeah, then he played Sprint. The Sprint was also a problem. Beneath the Grounds into Sprint was just really, really too slow. Now, if the Beneath the Grounds had resulted in 3 narrow bars for him the following turn, he would have beaten me. But it's also really common. Sorry, it's really uncommon for that to happen. Yeah, Gemini, right? It's especially bad when you're a gamer. Thankfully, it's the left pointer finger. I know why it's sore. It's because what it does for me when I'm playing Super Nintendo games is that it's the primary finger that, like, pushes up against the back of the controller for when I'm controlling the D-pad. So it's the one that most of the stability of the controller comes from. Because when I'm playing Super Metroid, I'm holding the controller like this. Because I'm using my pointer finger to hit the A button and my thumb to hit B and Y. Which is also not so good for my index finger. Either of them. Anyway, fun fact. 2 drops in the starting hand, finally! Well, one of them at least. I mean, in a way, it's good. I didn't really want to play Auto Barber Run 2 anyway. Auto Barber here is fine, even for 1 more. I probably would have made the same exact play, even if things didn't cost 1 more. Sap it, yeah.
Here we go.
But I don't mind that. He really kind of facilitated that play for me, which I may have made slightly more begrudgingly.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Really wish I had a 4-drop. I could shiv this, and then sap this. No. So many options. Why do I have so many 3-mana 4/3s? It actually gives me less options than you might be hinting at. If I had another 2-drop, well, I do, actually. I do. Yeah, alright. Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Here we go.
Let's shiv first, though. I'll do it. Hey, there we go.
Here we go.
There we go. Here we go. There we go. I don't mind if it forces a ping. I don't want to risk a Shattered Sun Cleric or something like that.
Tazdingo! Yes.
Could sap it. A little bit tempted to. Sap it lights champion. Could also Direwolf Alpha knife it. Then it's dead. I really kind of like sapping it, though. Dog Dagger, but, I kind of like the silly aggression, though. I'm going to go the silly aggressive approach.
So many options.
I need to pick up another 2-drop to make Knife Dagger really good. The big problem with this, though, is if he pings the 3-1, then I lose the value out of it that I would have gotten with Dire Doge.
For the Lich King!
Oh, that's cool, then. Doing very well, Sanjo. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. But yeah, that's exactly the thing, is he couldn't ping and play the Senjin again, so if he pinged and played a 3-drop, I'd be fine with that. Pit Snakes now so he doesn't Senjin next turn? Well, he could ping the Pit Snake and then play it. You know what I'm actually thinking here? I don't know if this is correct, but I kind of like it.
Choose soon.
Especially since I'd like to clear out these risky minions before Flame Strike comes.
Job's done.
And if he pings Senjin, which I kind of feel like he's gonna do, that's not that bad. Yeah, that's not that bad. I'm still in the driver's seat. In fact, if I wanted to, I could even hold the 3 damage. Now, see, this is what I needed last turn. If I could have used this on the Spectral Knight, that would have been really helpful. But hopefully it'll be helpful later. I'm going to be able to do 4 damage to face. That'll be something. Flame Strike is coming up, though. Since Flame Strike is coming up, I'm going to Venture Co-Mercenary. And Knife. This makes lethal next turn a really distinct possibility, because the opponent must answer the Venture Co. That's fine. And it's a 2-1 now, unless he wants to ping it, which he doesn't. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm 1 damage short. Never mind, I am not. I am not, in fact, 1 damage short.
One shot, one.
SI7 finally making an appearance, and at a really opportune time. Really opportune time. We had had a really tough time getting that SI7 into our hand. Finally comes on game 5 and gives us lethal. Not a bad time to see it. That is for sure. GG. We had 1 more damage than we needed there because I didn't have to use the knife. Not too bad. Yeah, I liked that sap. It was a good tempo sap. It was a low value sap, but a high tempo sap, which I think was a good idea when we had the board as aggressively as we did. I like that one. 5-0. Already updated. Textbook example of how Rogue is supposed to win games? Yeah, with just that unyielding tempo. The moment you as a Rogue player flinch, you lose. It's like being in high school again. Or middle school, really. If you flinch, you lose. And what I mean by that is if you have that moment where you get intimidated and you think, oh, I've got to make these trades. Or, oh, I got to retain this card. Or, oh, maybe I can't. You know, once you go down that route, you don't get your tempo anymore and you can never get it back. You're in a foot race and you start out sprinting and you need to make sure you get to the finish line before you run out of energy. And if you stop for a moment and think, uh-oh, I'm going to run out of energy, maybe I should jog, you're still going to lose that race. Not a bad starting hand. Wouldn't mind seeing an SI7. I wouldn't expect it, though. Okay. And I also didn't mean SI7, I meant a Defias Ringleader, but we didn't see that either. Happy Tuesday to you, Clothar. How you doing? Yeah, well, that's irritating. Gonna pass here, then. Let's hope that Worgen goes face. No more now, sorry. He's not gonna go face. Yeah, I knew it. Gotta coin out something bigger. Well, I mean... let's go for it. Might not kill it. I mean, has to... unless he's got a Shattered Sun Cleric, has to invest quite a lot into killing it. Could have a Muster as well. Muster would make it easy.
Well met.
gonna survive. Oh, going face with that now, too. That's sad. That makes me want to Elven Archer even more, but I can't.
Want a deal?
Scurvy dog.
That's never... How has that happened in 2 games so far? I've got 1 pirate. Shouldn't that have been the other way around? No, this relies it be on the board. Ah, darn it. Oh, you're greedy. You are way greedy, my friend. It's gonna work out for you, but you're way greedy.
Scurvy dog.
Scurvy dogs! Those are my least favorite kind of dogs. I like dogs that don't have scurvy. Like my direwolf alpha. He eats his limes.
The frost wolves stand ready.
That looks like a board clear to me. A bizarre one, but I'll take it.
One shot.
1 kill.
This guy's tough.
Alright, board is now mine. Will I be able to keep it? It's not really that likely. I've got a 1-1 and a 3-3, but we do have Rocketeer, we do have Frost Elemental, we do have Sea Giant, so... Alright, I was hoping for something big, or a lot of little stuff. We didn't get either of those things. Do I Reckless Rocketeer and kill it? I could also Reckless Rocketeer face. I think I gotta go for the aggressive play. I could also Frost it. Let's Frost it. We've got a really good chance of Sea Giant now. Very back and forth right now, especially when we've got the same cards.
Mind if I roll knee?
Mind if I roll me?
You gotta be kidding me!
Oh man, I wish I could freeze that. Not a bad play here, though. This is pretty good. If I shiv this, then play the Defias Ringleader, this will cost 3. If I knife this, then Defias Ringleader, I won't activate the combo, so I would need to shiv it. I could also shiv this. No, let's do it. Valdir. Alright, another big one. I like that.
This is our town, scrub.
Yeah, we need it.
Alright. Do I do any trading?
Hey, lights out.
I'll give it a shot.
Let's hope this works. Let's hope this works. We're pretty much all in right now. And if it works, we might just win the game next turn. Probably not next turn, but maybe. Alright. That's okay. That's a desperation move. So that's okay. That's a value move. That's an annoying move. And that's having nothing else to play. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. We are absolutely fine here. We go for Kvaldir Raider. And knife. We bump here. It's gonna be a 2-1 no matter what.
Looking at me.
I was trying to see if there was a more clever anti-consecration, anti-MC tech way that I could do that. I mean, I could have played around MC tech if I just traded away the 1-1 for free, but... Oh, great Kvaldir. Not too afraid of that unless he taunts it or something. Alright, 5, 6, 7, 8... 16... It's over. It is over. GG. Reckless Rocketeer for lethal again! you know, against Rogue, you make one misstep and they just take you over. I mean, look at how much we were losing that game, and as soon as I got the board and said, okay, the board is mine now and I'm going to keep it, we did. Granted, it was assisted quite substantially by a really good pickup of a Cavaldier there, but brutal. Nice Frost Elemental, nice Cavaldier, nice Sea Giant, especially nice to go along with the Defias Ringleader. Way to go there. 0 out of 10 BM? Yeah, we got exact lethal. Dead, glad you didn't Rocketeer the Frost Ellie? Well, let's see. The Frost Ellie did clear a 3-3 of mine, and then I had to use a 2-1 of mine to clear it. So if I would have Recklessed it, I would have lost that 5 damage at the end, but I would have preserved a 3-3, which would have gone face, and a 2-1, which would have gone face. Except in the instance of an AoE, I actually would have won... No, I would have won on the same turn. I just would have been that much closer to lethal. In the end, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I still think holding on to it was the right play. 9 times out of 10, holding on to it is going to be the right play. Well, 8 times out of 10. Then 1 time out of 10, it just won't matter, which is what we saw there. 6 to 0. Let's go for infinite. 3-0 for breakfast, 6-0 for lunch, 12 zeros for dinner. Part of a balanced day of meals. A full day of meals.
Valera versus Throw.
Try them all. Nose.
Watch.
Well, there were those pit snakes I wanted to start with. Do I want to start with both of them? And a South Sea Captain? Would I start with 2 2-1s? No, I'm only going to start with 1. Dang, I really wish I would have kept 2 of them. Given my hand right now, I gotta wait until turn 3 to develop all of this. Frostelli did kill a Sludge Belcher and stayed alive. That's right, I wouldn't have... that's right, I was thinking I still would have had it. Oh! 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 Man, I really wish I had my other Pit Snake back. I'm so sorry, Pit Snake, that I forsook you. Man, SI7. Alright, well, I'll draw other early stuff. I don't need the SI7 now.
This is our town, screw.
Yeah, beat it.
I think that was worth the wait, though. Because we've got 3 minions now that all answer his very well.
Did you bring some fish?
Well, that's going to make it a lot harder for him to trade, which is fine for me. Yeah, you'd better do that. Otherwise, I'm clearing the board. I still am, but... yeah, you have to do that. It's rough, but you have to do that. I don't need the taunt yet, but I'd rather Sen'jin here. Plus, Sen'jining here allows me to theoretically Cavaldier Raider next turn, which could be good. Yeah, let's do that. And I want to save right now my lightest cost minion, which is Harvest Golem, so potentially on turn 6, I've got an option. So let's clear. Thankfully, that totem wound up being inconsequential. Not actually a great totem for me. It's a great totem for him, just not in a situation that it was good. Which is what you're saying. But it was one that I had to kill, but I probably would have killed any of them. Ooh, he's getting good totems. He is getting good totems. Oh, nice deadly poison. Perfect deadly poison. Well, I'm going to kill this. I'm going to kill this. I'm going to let him keep this. Scary as it is. Scary it is, as it is, I'm going to let him keep it. I'm going to Cavaldier Raider, and then I'm going to go face with the knife, because I'm planning almost no matter what I do, I'm going to knife Deadly Poison next turn, and the idea is that I can SI7 as well. Let's hope this works. If it does, we could win the game on play alone. Trog is terrifying, but I'm just hoping he doesn't have something really amazing to go along with it. Because he might just be stuck. He may have just played it because it's a 1-mana card, and he had it, and it was left over, and why not? Alright. Alright.
The light protects me.
And nice pickup. Didn't attack. Ooh. I think that was a mistake. I think that was a mistake. I think he should have attacked.
I wonder.
So I don't need to use the SI7 here. Earth Alley would have been rip. Earth Alley would have been a huge problem unless I picked up a sap or something. Alright. I'm going to stick with the plan, even though it feels like I'm burning a lot of my answers. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Here we go.
This guy's toast.
Okay. Can you explain why you should have attacked? Well, I mean, only because I had an answer to it. But he should have attacked with the knowledge that I had. With the knowledge he had, he probably shouldn't. King Knight plus SI7 is the play you could clear the board, which is pretty important against Shaman at 7 wins. True. Very true. How comfortable am I really building this board here? How comfortable am I deciding to kill this? Because I could give him something bad. I could give him something with 4 health. It's possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. I'm not going to worry about it.
Here we go.
Now we find out if he's got a BGH or an MC tech. Oh, man. Could have a lightning storm or something like that, too. I don't know why I'm going this all in. I don't need to have this much on the board. Oh, quick play, snap play here. Lightning storm? Stormpike Commando. Oh. Well, alright then. Can still kill it, but face is better. Yeah, we're close enough to actually killing him that we should go for it. I'm trying to think what... For Shaman, that's actually the most dangerous. Shaman can do some scary things with Death Rattle, but... Yeah, if he had gotten a Millhouse, and that's a weird decision to not kill it, but... I don't know. The fact that by not killing it, I knew for a fact I could do 8 to face with my Cavaldier was important. Because there were some minions that I would have had to clear. Like, if you got a Doomsayer, I would have had to clear it. If you got a Millhouse, I would have had to clear it. I think your deck is exceeding my expectations. It's exceeding mine, too. Our first 12-win Rogue was with a deck that I didn't think was very good, and we just made it all the way, so maybe this will do it too, but we are just skating by on the fact that Rogue is pretty darn strong sometimes. Shaman scary with battle cries. Shaman's pretty scary with battle cries, but they've got all of those things that, like, kill a minion and bring it back to life, or give a minion death rattle, resummon this minion. What could this Shaman have done to get to 7 wins? I don't know. He probably just had a bad draw. That'll happen sometimes. I mean, think about how many 11-win games we've had where the opponent just never got anything going. Sometimes you could just draw your deck dead. Oh yeah, 1-drops are vital for Rogue. 1-drops are absolutely vital. As flood activators, as especially combo activators, as tempo gainers. Because 1-mana cards are great in that, you know, if you have an off-curve turn, you can play that 1-mana card and end up developing something that probably is pretty useful. I've got no problem knifing here. Especially since I've got no other play. Not even going to hesitate.
Can't do that.
Because I can't hesitate. And that's the big thing too, Cylinid, yeah, is that Rogue suffers less from hitting its hero power than probably any other class. Warlock could get away from it, get away with it partially too, but a class like, say, you know, Priest will never get away with it. Warrior will never get away with it. Even classes that can do something somewhat useful with their hero ability, if it's not affecting the board, the hero ability is just a bad choice. And Rogue's hero ability does actually affect the board. Much like Shaman and Paladins do as well. Not a bad pickup there. Is that going to be my Pit Snake target? It could be. I don't actually mind that. Master of Disguise is rather mediocre right now, but Knife Defias won't work. Light's Champion Defias is available next turn. So let's clear the board. Let's not worry about it. And let's develop a somewhat understated Yeti. Now we're protected from Coghammer? I don't know. Silence the Imp with Light's Champion. One of the rare times I could actually pull something like that off. Time to lose to Consecration? I think so. Let's hope the opponent doesn't have it. Alright, 2, 4, 6. We actually do have 14 damage on the board right now. We do actually have 10 damage on the board right now. Which is half of our opponent's health.
Not on my watch.
Knife, Shift, Direwolf, Rest, Go, Face. Sounds good to me. Let's shift first, though. That's pretty cool. Here, take it. Problem with Direwolf is that my board kind of explodes if he gets Consecrate off either of those 2 draws. That's alright, though. I mean, the extra 2 damage here, I would actually say is probably worth it. We're getting it even more likely that we win next turn. Even with a Consecration, we're probably still going to have 7 damage if you count my Knife next turn. That's okay. We'll lose 4 damage. I was already planning for that. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You looking at me?
Here we go.
Gonna play Ventricle Mercenary and Hero Ability. I don't think he's going to be able to come back here. I don't think. You never know. You never know. Consecration and what is a okay. Reno. Reno would be a problem. Reno would be a problem. I guess Reno is always a way to survive at least one more round, but even Reno there would have been pretty rough for him, because I had just so much damage on the board, I would have been able to do it again. I mean, remember that priest that we faced that Reno'd on 3 health? That anti-keelbotted, then Reno'd on 3 health, then anti-keelbotted again. Enormous amount of healing. We still won because the opponent did nothing else other than just make us have to do more damage, you know? Instead of it being 60 health to 60 health, it was like 1 health to, or 30 health to 30 health, it was like 1 health to 60 health. But the opponent never did that one. I had to do all 60. That'd be a fun mode. You have to kill your opponent and then still have the resources to take away all your own life, too. So you don't want to survive too much. Make warriors weaker. 8-0. To infinity and beyond. Man, good one. I'm liking these rogue games. Rogue games can be really, really fun sometimes. Like Rogue, Priest, Shaman, I would say they have some of the most fun games. It's a shame that Mage and Paladin are so strong, because they're also kind of boring. Particularly Paladin. I mean, if we haven't done one in a while, I'd much rather do a Paladin than, you know, 2 Hunters in a row. But I'd much rather do a Hunter than 2 Paladins in a row. Yeah, we'll keep these. I'm a little bit even tempted to keep Sea Giant. Particularly against a Paladin. How great would this be if I coin Defias and then, like, Shattered Sun and he musters? But, no. Hey, thanks, Shadow Skunk. Nice deadly poison.
The light.
We've already been facing mages and paladins. Every game has been a mage or paladin. Alright, well, this makes coin Defias a little bit less exciting. I'm still gonna do it, though.
This is our town.
Good play, though.
Yeah, beat it.
Most fun feeling with Rogue is when you deliver burst lethal 1 turn before you're about to run out of steam and lose the board. Yeah, one of my favorite things about Warlock play. Yeah, this is okay.
Here we go.
Opponent's actually kind of running out of cards. I could play a bit of control here. One of the most fun ways for me to win is with a Warlock, where you've drafted it really, really aggressively, and your win condition is just playing every card in your deck. I love those Warlock games where it's like, you've got 0 cards left in your deck, you've already fatigued for like 1 turn, you're down to like 2 health, and you win it.
Follow the rule.
Okay, you gotta stop. 50-50 chance of killing this. Actually, 100% chance if I'm knifing up. Still knifing up. And passing. Hero power and pass in turn 3, yeah. And then a, kind of a desperate Aldor Peacekeeper, I would say? I think my opponent's just got nothing. Huh. How? Yeah, Lights Champion, Pit Snake, Deadly Poison. Thank you for your brave and noble service,
Here we go.
young Doge. You've done your duty well. I just can't eat 0 with these cards. I think maybe his curve is just awkward right now. So I think we're going to see some ridiculous stuff later on. This is the kind of classic deck that's like, all I need to do is survive until I get my Tyrion down. Ah! Mech Synergy. Okay, that's why he was going so awkward. Okay.
Begone!
This isn't ever the worst thing to have happened.
Here we go.
I'm gonna joust her.
I am undefeated. Job done.
Now, sadly, My opponent now knows I have a Sea Giant and isn't going to do that double muster play, which I know is coming. Oh, got a piloted Shredder off the Gorilla. Oh, got a shielded Minibot, just in general. I could kill the shielded Mini, and I think I'm gonna.
Here we go. We must cleanse the Sunwell.
And would I rather a Pit Snake or a Huge Toad? I think I'm gonna go with Pit Snake. We'll get that to do a little bit more clear. We don't have any Sap or Assassinate in our deck, in our hand yet, so I want to make sure I've got a way through something super scary.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
That's okay. I mean, maybe. What? Oh. Alright. Well, good thing I played Pit Snake then, right? Right. Wish I had another taunt, though, because this creeper is going to get value out of this world, but he's going super slow right now. He's definitely going super slow right now. Good time for Venture Co, but it's also a good time for Acolyte. I guess I could do both. Let's do both. Let the pain speak to me. I can't stop this. Even if I bump and then hit with my knife, I can't stop it. So I'm just going to go face. And I'd say we're in really good shape now. Oh yeah, Pit Snake got huge value there. Granted, I mean, with these two cards, he killed my Master Jouster, which is impactful, but... yeah, that was good for us. I think our opponent is really hurting. Kraken gets me kind of hurting as well. I need that Sap. I need that Assassinate. And I need it now. That's a good one. Let's draw another card.
Bring the pain.
Let's draw another card and bring the pain. There's Assassinate. Just trying to decide if I'm going to use it now or if I'm going to go for the Senjin Gambit. I'm going to use it now. Oh, brilliant pickup. Because sadly, we probably still can't win the game next turn, but really good. I may have preferred to pick up the Sap there.
Answer the call of the light.
Random Paladin card. Don't be true, Silver. Okay. Murloc Knight. Sorry. Okay, let's just go face. I could trade. Is there anything that I could pick up that will do 3 damage? Boar lethal? Oh, right. Well, I won't have the mana to play the boar is the sad part. Because everything costs 3 more. So I won't have the mana to play it. Draw the poison? Played it already. Already used it. I'm going to Senjin. And face. He's a 1 mana, I know, but it's going to cost 3 more, so it cost me 4.
Here we
go. We could have drawn Elven. Yeah. Could have drawn Elven or Shiv. But I don't think it's worth it. We go face, we put our opponent down to 1. Kill Murloc? Don't think I need to do that either. No free Murloc he's going to get is going to be like a taunt or anything, thankfully. And a taunt is really what I'm most concerned about. Pick up a second Kraken. How about that?
Well played. The victory is yours.
Well played.
That was pretty scary. GG. Well, old Murkai still would have just been a 4-4. The thing is, he had to clear the board and have a taunt or a heal. So there's nothing that the Murloc Knight could have given him that would have facilitated both. He still would have had to have one of the two in his hand. And if he had no taunt or no heal and no way to kill me, it was over. 9 and 3 and lots of paladins and mages. Lots and lots of paladins and mages. Let me look, in fact. Let's look at our history here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paladins and 1, 2 mages. So 7 of our 9 games, well, 5 of our 9 games have been against paladin, 2 have been against mage, 1 against rogue, 1 against shaman. It's not Blizzard's fault, but I'm tired of mages and paladins. Alright, our Enchanted. Thanks for your optimism.
Valir versus Gul'dan.
Excuse me, everyone, I just want to interject. Before you start getting excited, probably gonna lose 3 games in a row. Just wanted to let everybody know. Ten-win Warlock is a little bit scary, yeah. Well, this is a 9-win Warlock. Not a 10-win Warlock yet. Alright. Alright. Jiraxis incoming. I mean, we don't know. Just because we're up at this number of wins doesn't mean our opponent's gonna have crazy, crazy cards. We don't. Alright. Maybe I should have knifed last turn. Now, I played this first, so the death rattle is going to happen before the Harvest Golem's death rattle. But that's okay. He could have faced 9 who disconnected. Also true. Also very true. But nice to see you, Gaga Zordon. How you doing? Had predicted you might win some, you might lose some, you might get some kind of outcome between 0-3 and 12-0. Well, that's assuming a lot. That's assuming no disconnects, right? Okay, I gotta play the Direwolf Alpha first. That's okay, though.
Here we go.
Could also Shiv Defias instead. I also don't have to Defias.
This is our town, scrub.
Hey, Sequacious, how you doing? Enjoy your dinner, Clothar. Thank you for the wish of luck.
Shall not fall.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Man, am I a little bit tempted to Cavaldir here. Yeah, got a Cavaldir here. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to. It's a bit of a risk, but I like the risk. I like the risk here. I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong here. I mean, Shadow Bolt is an easy one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, time to get the board. Time to do our best to get this board.
Here we go.
Face or keep control? I mean, my goodness, I've got to kill this, right? I can't let that live. There's too many ways that punishes me. I mean, a Shattered Sun Cleric is just monumental. I could also sap it, yeah, but then I play nothing else. And I don't want to play nothing else. If I had a 2-drop, I'd consider it. I don't think he has a Mortal Coil. I think if he had a Mortal Coil, we'd have seen it last turn. Well, I was right. Didn't have a Mortal Coil. Let's see. Could sap it. I don't think that's very good. That gets me a bit behind, but it's alright. 2, 3, 4. Okay.
So many options.
Let's Knife Deadly Poison. Hit this. I don't want to sap it because I don't want to give it back to him for him to be able to kill the Pit Snake with it. That hurts, but that was a lot of resources he had to devote to killing the Cavaldier. Maybe should have sapped the Pit Lord, the Pit Fiend, the Pit Fighter, just because I knew it would have stayed alive as a 6/6, and then I could have made it an 8/8. It would have just gotten out of control. I don't know, though. Like the art on Pit Fighter? Me too. Is Pit Snake good? Pit Snake is incredible. This seems suspicious to me. Do I want to sap that? No. But I've just got no play here. He's baiting me.
It's a deal.
Maybe. Maybe he's baiting me. Alright. I can try to win next turn if I do this, so I'm going to do it. Because right now I've got 9, 10, plus Shattered Sun Cleric is 11. Assuming no heal, ability to kill any of my minions, or taunt, we actually win right now. So if all he's got in his hand right now are minions, he doesn't. Alright, he's got some clear. Fine Siphon Soul for me, though. That was a fine Siphon Soul. If he sapped the Pit Fighter, he would have had an 8/8 to trade against the 6/6 Infernal or the Pit Fighter that was played again. Yeah, and I also would have had a 5/6 plus nothing if he had any sort of hard removal. So that was kind of the game I was playing around, is the thought of, is he going to have hard removal, or is he going to have a way to put this back on the board? Ugh, I'm afraid of a spell here, but...
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
It's a deal.
I want the face damage. If he had a Siphon Soul, he was screwed, exactly, but we ended up okay. Forget that strong Warlock decks will often have an Infernal on turn 6. Yeah. That looks like Desperation to me, which I like. Did it work? Oh, no! Tapped into an antique heal bot. Let's sap it. Let's assassinate it. Good cards, just not for the season.
Push forward.
Now, sadly, right now, he could clear my board. So I have to assassinate this. Worst assassinate of my life. Hellfire isn't good at... That's true. Hellfire is a risk. Anti-Keelbot is great, though. Swift, how you doing? If he had that Siphon Soul, sapping would have been bad. Yeah. Though he wouldn't have been able to Siphon Soul and develop the Pit Fighter. Oh, that's desperate. That is desperate. Don't get another anti-Keelbot. SI7 Agent.
This time.
SI7 Agent would definitely be a rescue. Ooh, I think that Warlock just kind of had bad cards, though. Had a tough time. Just didn't draw in the right order. 10 and... Oh no! Oh, this rogue is really, really carrying it. I want to see it keep going. We've got that Frosty Key. I want to see the Flaming Key. Then I want to see the Heavenly Key. And I want to see that after the next couple of games, because I would love to see my first... No, this... Would this be my first 12-0 Rogue? Maybe this would be my first 12-0 Rogue. I think I've done it with Druid, Mage, and Paladin. I don't know that I've actually done it with Rogue. I'd have to check.
Valera versus
Must be a new record for me? No, Frank.
You asked
I've gotten 12-0, 3 times. So we've been here before. And I've gotten 11-0 multiple times only to lose and then win the next one because it's really easy. 12-0 is hard because it requires you not to run into any opponent who has a good draw to your bad draw. I'm not going to keep the archer. I'm going to keep this engine, though. I think now maybe I kind of wish I still had the archer, but this is fine. I'm not going to coin out Huge Toad because I've got no 2. I might save the coin for the SI7 to clear the Fairy Dragon. Just thinking out loud, though.
This guy's toast.
Brilliant start. I mean, a rogue with the coin is a liability. There's zero doubt in my mind that's a liability. Yeah, my Gochi, I don't think I'm ever going to do the... For me, the 110 Arena Challenge is just a lot of stress and a lot of, like, being forced to play the game super try-hard, and I don't want to do that. That actually sounds like the best way to make the game super, super unfun. So I don't think I'm ever going to do that. I mean, I'll keep track of it, and if it ever coincidentally happens, it'd be cool, but I'm never going to be thinking about it. Like, I'm never going to be thinking, oh man, all I have to do is go 8 wins in this next one and I'll get 100 in the last 10. That just sounds miserable to me. So no, probably never going to do that. Trade here and then Sea Captain, I think, is the best. Yeah. I don't love it, but I can't risk leaving something that the mage can ping and enrage. It's a neat idea, but it just seems stressful. Neon Dragon, how you doing? I have done it with Rogue before, Critical Mass. Okay. It's not first you did it already with Rogue? Okay. Man, I gotta check my previous highlights and see what the 3 classes were then. Maybe it wasn't Druid. I thought Druid was in there. Maybe it was Mage, Paladin, and Rogue. Druid, I know, was my first 12 win. Oh, yeah. Hey, Wood, how you doing? Things going pretty well. We are currently 10-0 with this Rogue. Alright, yeah, we're going to have to play a little bit risky here. Or, yeah, no, we're going to play a little bit risky here. Not super risky. The only risk here is that we're letting our opponent keep a minion, but it's a mage, so it's a little bit less worrisome. If this were a paladin, I'd probably be afraid of letting that live. Fruit sympathizes with the mage because he knows the misping plays all too well. Yeah. Face Juggler on turn 4 when you're really, really needing it is a problem. The problem he's having, or she, I think, is just, you know, 5 cards in hand, but only like 2 are playable, and neither of them are good in this situation. And I've just got 5 decent cards that I would all be happy with. If I can get a creature with more than 5 health to live on the board so that I could Master of Disguise it. Oh, not going at all. Yeah, this looks pretty good.
Here we go.
I'll take the extra damage right now, I think. Will I? Yeah.
Scurvy dog.
If you do enough damage to your opponent, they start worrying about their health. And once they start worrying about their health, they start making trades, they start using their spells to clear, and then even if they get control back from you, they run out of steam. So as long as you could rebuild your board, you're fine. I'm terrified of Flame Strike, though. Flame Strike coming, it's very possible coming next turn, yeah. And there's probably very little I could do to avoid it. Oh, Cone of Cold? Frostbolt. Good minion that he got. Definitely a good minion. Flamestrike turn is going to be bad for me no matter what I do. I want to increase the probability that the huge toad goes face. I don't mind if it hits this, since I think I'm going to Master of Disguise. Alright. Less than ideal, but...
Enter the shadows.
Less than ideal, but we're still theoretically not losing anything unless the Flame Strike. Yeah. I mean, there was just no way we could play around it. All of our minions died of Flame Strike. Oh, did I lose my... Oh, my South Sea Captain, though. I just drew Shady Dealer. Alright. Of course, Theron, how you doing? Thank you so much. Yeah, 10-3 going pretty well. We just need to not see any more control from this mage.
What to do?
I know, we miss out on all that beautiful pirate synergy. What's the plan after Hearthstone? I think we'll probably do another arena after this one. Then, I don't know. Might do some viewer challenges, might do a speed run. Rocketeer will save the day. Man, Rocketeer would be a good pickup. I mean, any of my big cards would be a good pickup, to be honest. I'm just kind of like 50-50 on picking up something great and something not so great. Alright. Well, if he had something, we would have seen it right there, right? Too bad this isn't your death rattles trigger twice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a Shiv. I got a Shiv because I got to draw a card. I'm going to Shiv the 1-1, or am I going to Shiv his face? 8, 9, 10. There's nothing I could draw that would win it for me. I'm going to Shiv the 1-1.
So many
Nice.
choose soon.
Nice. Now let's play the huge toad to make the sea giant cost 4. Then play the sea giant. I don't think he has any battle cries, but I don't want to risk it. Kraken is coming up. And Kraken will kill this. Kraken kills the 8-8, so I don't want to risk it.
Engaging TC 130 into
Really?
dislocator.
Wow.
Well played.
Wow.
Put this apple on your head.
Got too excited, didn't even realize was going to be a free win, so didn't even play that in the right order. Could have put me in a situation where it probably cleared my board, but she just was sure the game was over because it was. But sadly, yet again, another 25% MC Tech. This is why 12-0 is so hard, because all it needs is one game where something like that happens, and now we're maybe losing. Not necessarily, because our opponent is still down to 6, but our board is now clearable. And if we don't get Rocketeer, we lose. That's too bad. Too bad. Nice knife target, by the way. Sets up a much cheaper trade for him, so now it's even easier to clear the board. Would have had to use a ping, now doesn't have to. Come on, Rocketeer, please. We've only got a 1 in 16 chance, so it's a really low probability. I'm so bummed that I'm losing this game. I really am. I'm really bummed that I'm losing this game. Yeah.
Here we go.
Nice RNG.
Job done.
That sucks. It's really the first big RNG outcome. Did you seriously not count already? He's just so amazed that he's winning this game. So amazed that he's gonna have to BM it too. See? Oh no, he's not BMing it. Ugh. Oh well. Oh well. What does Sim always say? It's a children's card game anyway. Man. It's a fun game, but it's a fun game that you can't try hard, because once you start trying hard, you stop having fun. It's like playing Candy Crush super try hard, or like playing, you know, Settlers of Catan super try hard. There are some games that are designed that the best player wins every time, games like, you know, chess or things like that, or Go apparently is really good. And there are some games that are a little bit more casual, and the more casual a game gets, the more it's going to be open to things like that. And Hearthstone is casual. It's a casual game, and it's fine. It's still fun. So you can't beat yourself up over outcomes like that. It's why being really, you know, win rate oriented is bad. If you stay too win rate oriented, if you start saying, like, this player is better than this player because they have more 12 zeros or something like that, you're really overlooking the influence of just how a game like that could just happen. So it's okay, you know. We could still enjoy the game even when things like that happen. Because you know what? We just had 10 really good games in a row. And honestly, I would say we had 11 really good games in a row. We just lost that one to a little bit of bad luck at the end there. Maybe I could have played around MC Tech, but I don't think it would have been worth it to do there. That's alright. Way, way, way prefer to be 11-0 right now, but this is fine. Also, I think my heater is on way too high, so give me 1 second, I'm going to turn it down.
Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Watch.
Because there are a few things I would say that people deserve. Food, people deserve. I think everybody should have access to as much food as they need. Shelter, I think people deserve. Clothing, I think people deserve. You know, healthcare, clean water. All of these things, I think, are things that people deserve. Wins in Hearthstone? A deck that has the potential to go 12-0 isn't entitled to even a single win. Why am I not using headphones? People ask this. I mean, why? Why would I? Is there a reason that I should be? Am I missing out on something incredible by not using headphones? Because this is like the third time in 2 days somebody have asked me why I'm not using headphones, as if it's a bizarre thing that I'm doing. So I'm just wondering. Most of us have felt your pain. Yeah, I think so. I am third. You just sometimes lose games that you should have won, and you sometimes win games that you should have lost. By the way, I want a pit snake on the board. I don't know if you're aware of that. I'm gonna have a pit snake on the board. Don't ping this one. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Don't
Thank you.
mess with Tusker.
Now to mess with Tuskar. Ooh, Tomb Spider or Dragonkin here. Missing out a great opportunity for sponsored product placement? True. For that sweet in-game audio? Yeah, I mean, there's not really that much in Hearthstone that I'm feeling the need to hear. I do like the music, but I don't need to hear it up close. I just don't know if it's a because we're getting feedback on your microphone kind of situation. Because then it's a reasonable question. If it's just a personal preference thing, then it's just personal preference. You know, I want the Dragonkin Sorcerer on the board. I'd rather have that.
So many options.
I'd rather have that.
Here we go.
Power flows through me. Need to have those headphones that have Princess Leia's hair. Oh, Blaster Master getting run tomorrow. Cool, I love Blaster Master. I'll probably check it out. 11 a.m. PST. Oh, 11 a.m. is when I start streaming. Ah, darn. Might still check it out, though. Humana. You know what play I kind of like that's also kind of stupid?
So many.
Enter the shadows.
Teehee. I'm gonna reserve the knife. Even if he, like, destroys my knife, I could Tomb Spider Knife next turn. If not, I'm probably gonna Frost Elemental. Blaster Master has some of the best music from the NES era. You know what's funny? It's one of the very few NES games whose music I could still picture really, really clearly. Other than games like, you know, Dr. Mario or Tetris, where you just hear the same song over and over and over again. I guess in that one you do kind of hear the same. Really? Oh. Alright. I getcha. I getcha. And I'm gonna getcha. Gonna getcha. No reason to go face with the knife. Putting him at 8 versus 9 doesn't create a lethal that I wouldn't have otherwise unless he heals 1. Alright, that's fine. Alright. Shoot. I guess Tomb Spider is an okay play, assuming that's a mirror entity. I could even play Harvest Golem and clear it, but no. Alright. Maybe I should have Tomb Spidered first so I could clear it. Oh, man. I can't take the Warhorse. If I could play it this turn, maybe I would take it. But I can't, so not worth it.
Choose soon.
I'm going to take the Iron Beak. But I can't play it now. I can't play it now is the thing. Oh, really? Well, now I really wish I would have Cavaliered. Well played. Might not be Ice Block, but probably... Okay. Yeah. Now we're back to the winning games again. 11-1, other than that misstep. Oh, that MC tech, though. That MC tech, though. GG. Ooh. 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 We got 2 chances. Final boss times. Let's do it. Let's do it. Not Ice Block confirmed. Or may have been, and may have just been thinking, could put me down to 1 health, and then I'm dead next turn anyway. That's the problem with Ice Block, is the only times you ever really will see it is the games where it wins it for your opponent. You don't see all the games where your opponent had it and didn't, you know, play it, or played it and conceded before it went off and made you assume, oh, okay, I guess it wasn't Ice Block.
Valera versus Uther.
Because you don't want to be in that situation where it's like, okay, I'm going to survive, but I'm not going to win anyway, and I'm going to die next turn no matter what, so... Oh, not a starting hand. Wow. Okay. Well, this is going to be a rough start. Thank you, Gemini. I am already a 12 server. Though if I had won the game against that MC Tech scum mage, this hand is ridiculous, by the way. Ridiculous. I've drawn 4 of my 7 cards that cost more than 5. Alright, that one will do.
Here we go.
Alright, now we're okay, maybe? Thankfully, it looks like this Paladin's starting a little bit slow, too. You never know whether your opponent's going to be like a, you know, coin Mech Warper into double-shielded Minibot sort of opponent, or a not really play anything until later sort of opponent. Alright, we'll Tomb Spider into a... Ugh. I'm going to take the Stranglethorn Tiger here. It's going to be the most consistent minion, and I need a good 5 to play next turn. We'll take Stranglethorn. And then we'll pass. Hearthstone is like a box of chocolates, with a lot of paladins and mages in it. And, those are like those gross ones. Like, paladin is like those chocolates that have like an apricot in them or something. Okay. There's more to it than that. Alright. Alright.
Here we go.
Job's done.
That actually does make it a little bit difficult for me. I'll probably play the Master Jouster next turn and just hope I win it. Man. This Joust might determine the game, and sadly I've already drawn all of my big cards. Huh, if I had a knife equipped, I could kill this. That's a shame. Alright, come on, Joust. This is really, really, really big.
I am undefeated.
Alright. And Keeper of Uldaman, I was afraid of that card. Now I gotta be kind of wary. Maybe I should have just done the Elven Archer Venture Co play. Or even the Elven Archer Sea Giant play. That probably would have been better. I should have just Elven Archered Sea Giant. Actually, no, that wouldn't have worked. Sea Giant would have been 6.
Too soon.
I'm gonna get in trouble here. Thankfully, he can't buff the Spectral Knight, but he can with the Shattered Sun Cleric. I cannot leave 9 damage from a Paladin on the board when I'm a rogue at 21. Yeah, I should have traded. Maybe. Maybe. I trade, though, I'm not pressuring my opponent at all, and if I don't pressure a Paladin, I lose the game. And I'm trying to get a good, nice, cheap Sea Giant. Which it looks like I'm going to get. Alright, now it's time to start trading, though. I wish I could clear more than I actually can. One, two, three, four. I'm the one being pressured? I know. both things can happen. We could both pressure each other. 10.
So many options.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sea Giant will be free. Okay.
Choose two.
I want everything.
Shot, one kill.
I would prefer there not be a consecration here. That would be my preference. Let's see if that works. But I think we got a decent board here. Our health is super low, but our opponent needs 5 to beat us. Could have gotten a 2 damage dagger. Yeah, that's true. I wasn't planning on using the dagger, though. But that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Oh, yeah, I will kill that. And that. And that.
Reporting for duty.
Good Shiv here. Oh, good Reckless Rocketeer here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19. We are really, really close. Let's Shiv this guy. Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Let's clear the board. I've got the Assassinate and the Sap, so I'm not so worried about keeping the Pit Snake alive.
Give it a shot.
What I'm worried about is getting the board clear.
Choose two.
And now I'm worried about the decision between Rocketeer and Venture Co. Rocketeer will still be playable. Venture Co is super tempting, but if I get him down to 9, then I've got lethal a couple of different ways.
None may steal.
Because that's fine. I think we might have this. Yeah, I think we have this. Oh, man.
Well played.
Wow. Wow. So we did miss that buff knife. That was definitely a mistake. Thankfully, it didn't wind up mattering, but it was one of those situations where we were roping and I didn't have a chance to count my mana, so I wasn't 100% sure I would have the mana to knife, and I just didn't want to risk it. Wow. Oh, man, if it weren't for that one MC Tech RNG, but at the same time, if we had won that game, we would have been at 11-0, and it's entirely possible we would have queued into an opponent that we would have lost then, and then maybe even lost the next one as well. So even though, that one unlucky pockmark actually makes it kind of cool, if the only game that we lost was a loss to an MC Tech stealing my Sea Giant, I would call that pretty good. Time for a 0-3 Shaman, yeah. GG! Guys, 12-1! 12-1! I'm happy to see that. Thank you guys so much. Oh, so many people to thank. Oh, man, thank you for all the GGs, guys. I can't tell you. It looks so nice to look over there after a game you win and see all those GGs in chat. It's even cooler to have a moment like this to share with people. Because, I mean, if you've got friends like mine, they're gamers. Even some of them play Hearthstone. You could always be like, oh, you know, yesterday I got this 12-1 win. It was awesome. The only game we lost was an MC Tech into a CJ. And people would be like, all right. Even if they know the game, but I get to share it with you guys. That's so exciting for me. Let's see our rewards, because it looks like that's the fun one. Hey there, Netherspin. Welcome. Good timing, yeah. The Lightforge key will yield for us. We get at least 150 gold here. I don't actually know the minimum for 12 wins. 5 little boxes. The first containing a TGT pack. The second containing 25 gold. The third, well, that's a golden flame imp. Ooh, we are kind of off to a bad start. Wow. All right. Maybe 240 might be the worst that you could get at 12 wins. It's pretty disappointing. That's pretty disappointing. Gotta say. And a golden common card, that's also pretty disappointing. Especially on the European server. So rewards-wise, this was pretty bad. This was pretty bad. That's alright, though. That's alright, though. This does go back to what I was saying before, that your first 6 wins could get you 75 gold. Then the 7th win gets you another 75. And then the next 5 got me another, what? 70. No, 80. Got me an extra 80. First 6 worth 75, last 5 worth 80. The 7th game worth 75 on its own. Ugh, that curve is kind of annoying. But nonetheless, you can't be too sad about it. I mean, we could have had a rogue that went 0-3. So I'm not going to bemoan that we only got 240 gold off of a 12-win run and only got a golden common card, even though I'm still talking about it. I'm not going to bemoan it. We also got 2 grand tournament packs. Let's save those rewards and open the packs. Honestly, opening the packs is pretty fun, so I'm cool about that as well. Wish we had it on NA, though. Two rares. Pretty basic pack. That's alright. Earn more money with 0 wins sometimes. Man, it is always fun to go 0 wins, and in that one reward that you get like 300 gold from it. I love it. Never seen it happen, but I love it if it does. And double rare packs. I mean, it's okay. Again, this is the EU server, so I don't so much care about the cards, but you know what? 12 wins. I'm happy about it. 12 wins means I get to put a new video on YouTube about it. 12 wins means we get, you know, an influx of gold, even if it's not as much as we wanted. 12 wins is great. I'm happy for it. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it.